Hello, I'm Clar Ni Chonghaile, and my second novel, Rain Falls on Everyone, is published by Legend Press in July. So this is pretty much where I wrote Rain Falls. I do have an office upstairs, but I almost never use it. I think it's because I subconsciously associate it with work. One of my fascinations is memory, or more broadly, recall. I think it's because I have such a dreadful memory myself. But I'm a glass half full kind of girl. So I believe that as the aging process continues, I will achieve greater clarity about my childhood and all those memories will come back. At least that's what they say happens. Memory is so fundamental, and yet it's also quite fickle. It's all about perspective, really. We're a family of 4, and if you ask us about an event that we all took part in, I can guarantee you will get 4 different versions of that same event. That's because each individual remembers things from a different perspective because of who they are. But it's also because of what the brain chooses to remember, and understanding the whys of that is very complicated. As Marcel Proust said, remembrance of things past is not necessarily remembrance of things as they were. This fascination with memory has filtered into Rain Falls on Everyone. The book revolves around Theo, who is known as Theo. He survived the genocide in Rwanda in 1994 and is fostered by an Irish family. He grows up in Dublin and he struggles to fit in, but he eventually does. He learns Irish, or Gaeilge, he develops a secret passion for poetry, and he drifts into drug dealing. Mostly as a hobby until it's not anymore. But Theo is also grappling with his memories of the genocide. His family were killed, and he believes that his father, who was a Hutu, was somehow complicit in killing the family's aging farm worker, who was a Tutsi. Now, Theo doesn't quite know what happens because he's trying to fit all the pieces of his memory together. After college, he starts working in a restaurant, and that's where he meets Deirdre. She is grappling with her own troubles. Teenage kids, an alcoholic husband, and a testy relationship with a hard-to-reach father. Theo and Deirdre strike up an unlikely friendship, and they become closer and are catapulted together in a way as Theo's life spirals out of control because of his drug dealing. Now, there are many different themes in Rain Falls on Everyone: love, survival, loyalty, and motherhood, among some others. But I was really interested in looking in memory, and what I wanted to do was try to understand what would happen if we tried to bring up our memories through a different voice or through a different language. Theo is remembering the genocide from the perspective of the Dubliner he is now. He's remembering Rwanda as a Dubliner. I was interested in seeing how this new perspective would change what he remembered and how a different language might affect the ideas at the root of the memories. I guess I'm always hunting for that commonality that binds us together, although sometimes it gets darn hard to believe in it. In my first book, Fractured, which was published by Legend Press last year, I told of a journalist who was kidnapped in Somalia and how he strikes up a friendship with one of his captors, a Somali teenager. That book was more about the role of chance in our lives and how it meshes with an individual's responsibility for their actions. But I think both my books are really about survival. I'm deeply, and some might say morbidly, fascinated with how humans navigate this absurdist and delightful farce that is life. I really hope my third novel continues this journey because I'm loving the ride so far. Thanks to Legend Press, to my wonderful family and my daughter Lucy, who's filming this, and to all my readers. I'm going to stop now, otherwise I'll be wishing here all night. Thank you very much.